Hi, and welcome back to another episode of GRP TV. I'm Margie.
And I'm Michaela.
And on this episode, we're going to teach you how to kick wax your classic skis. Kick waxing is only used for classic skiing and allows you to grip the snow and stride on your skis. There are a lot of different kinds of kick wax, like glide waxing, and requires you to look at the snow temperature before choosing your wax. This is why many people opt for skin skis, but although the technology is rapidly improving there, racers still use kick wax to get the extra glide while they're racing. So while kick waxing can be difficult sometimes, it's very rewarding and allows you to glide a lot better on your skis.
Before we get started, we want to cover a few quick things about kick waxing. You want to make sure to kick wax your skis before every time you ski, as kick wax can wear off while you're skiing. It's also likely that the temperature has changed since the last time you went skiing, so it may be likely that you're going to need a different type of kick wax. One last important thing to note is that you never want to glide wax your skis with kick wax still on. Before you do glide wax, you want to use a putty knife, kick wax remover, and a paper towel to clean off every last bit of kick wax.
To begin the kick waxing process, you'll need two things: your kick wax and a cork. If you have a wax bench, it's helpful to use that as well, but if you're on the go or need something quick, you can also kick wax in the parking lot, on the side of the ski trail, or inside your own home.
To choose your kick wax, you'll need to have an estimate of the temperature that it is the time you're planning on skiing. Once you choose your wax, you can begin applying the kick wax, but just to the kick zone of your ski. So if we remember from our glide wax video, this is just the portion in the middle of your ski, and that's the only part that gets the kick wax.
We won't go into too much detail in this video, but here's a general rule on how to mark your kick zones if you haven't done that already. Begin by applying the kick wax in a zone that starts several inches above the top of your binding and ends at the back of your binding. After skiing with this wax for a ski, check out the bases of your ski to see where the kick wax remains on your skis.
Now to begin the actual kick waxing process. You'll want to attach your ski to the wax bench if you're using a bench, and if you don't have a bench handy, all you do is take your ski, tilt it at a slight angle, press it against your foot, and then you can begin applying kick wax this way. It's also worth noting that some people apply a binder before they apply their kick wax. A binder is applied similarly to a kick wax, and it helps to make sure that your kick wax lasts longer while you're out skiing. Kick wax tubes have a metal lining on the outside, and you always want to make sure that that's peeled back enough so that there's enough wax visible to actually crayon onto your ski. If you need to peel back the kick wax more, you can either use your nail or a sharp metal object just to get it started, and then you can use that and just peel down the kick wax. This is actually probably a little bit too thick of a layer to peel back. You just want to make sure that there is a thin layer so that it's easy to apply kick wax. When you're applying the wax, you want to make sure that you're using the edge of the kick wax tube and not the middle. It tends to crayon on a little bit easier that way. Colder waxes like this V40 or Extra Blue crayon on a little bit easier than warmer and stickier waxes. So you want to make sure to put on only a thin layer, and we'd rather apply more thin layers than fewer globby thick layers. This just makes it easier to cork in the wax and have a more even wax job.
The next step is corking. The goal of this is to heat up the kick wax with friction from the cork and to have the wax stick onto your ski more.
You want to make sure to use a lot of pressure when you're corking in to make sure that this wax is getting heated up and rubbed in as much as it can be.
Once you've corked enough so that you can barely or not even see the kick wax that you just applied, repeat the kick wax and corking process. In general, 3 to 4 layers of kick should be enough for adequate kick, but if you find yourself slipping out on the trails, you can always pull over to the side and apply a few more layers.
If you're still struggling to kick your skis, there's a few options that can provide better kick. First, warmer waxes tend to kick a little more easily than colder waxes, so you can try a slightly warmer wax and see if that helps. You can also try lengthening your kick zone slightly, or just adding another layer or two just under the toe of your ski. Having good striding technique is also helpful to making sure that your wax job will work. And we always make sure to bring a few extra wax options out with us in our water belts on the trail, just in case our first kick choice does not end up working.
Once you've skied on your wax a few times, you'll want to remove it so you don't have a big buildup of kick wax on your skis. You'll need 4 items to remove the kick wax on your skis: a bench, a wax bench, an old putty knife or scraper, wax remover, and paper towels. To start this process, you'll take your putty knife or old scraper and scrape off any old wax as much as you can from each side of your ski. Once you've done this process, then you can take your wax remover and spray or rub a little bit onto the kick zone using your fingers or a paper towel. After letting the wax remover sit on your ski for a few seconds, you can begin to wipe off the remaining wax with the paper towel.
That just about covers all there is to know about kick waxing. We know it's a lot to take in, but it's really vital to enjoying classic skiing. Comment with any questions about waxing, equipment, or other ski-related questions.
Good luck with kick waxing this winter. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. Happy trails!